Welcome to Voyage Daily Tech, the most important news personalized for you every day, supported by Voyage.com.
We've got 5 major tech stories for you today, and they all connect in surprising ways. We'll start with a massive court ruling that says AI can legally train on books, but a legal catch could derail the entire industry. Then we'll see why tech giants are quietly backing away from SF Pride, creating a financial crisis for the event. After that, we dive into Tesla's Robotaxi debut, where a car driving on the wrong side of the road is fueling major safety debates. From there, we'll look at how UK Watchdog is threatening to shatter Google's search monopoly. And we'll wrap up by uncovering Meta's aggressive AI talent grab, revealed through a failed takeover and a massive $14 billion investment. A federal judge just ruled that an AI can legally train itself on copyrighted books without permission, but there's a catch so big it could unravel that entire victory. This is the first ever ruling on fair use for generative AI, and it's a bombshell for the whole industry. The battle was a lawsuit from authors against Anthropic, the company behind the AI model Claude. These authors argued that Anthropic, which you know is backed by giants like Amazon and Alphabet, used pirated versions of their books to teach its AI, threatening their livelihoods. Anthropic's defense? They claim their AI wasn't stealing. It was studying, that it copied the book simply to extract uncopyrightable information and create something new. In a stunning decision, the judge actually agreed, calling the AI's training exceedingly transformative. He even dropped a quote that will be echoing through Silicon Valley for years. Like any reader aspiring to be a writer, Anthropic's LLMs trained upon works not to race ahead and replicate or supplant them, but to turn a hard corner and create something different. A massive win for AI. This is where the situation, however, takes a more complex turn. The judge also ruled that the way Anthropic stored those books in a kind of central library did violate copyright law. So while the act of learning was deemed legal, the method of getting the data was not. This split decision creates a legal minefield. It's a partial victory for AI companies like OpenAI, Microsoft, and Meta, who are all facing similar lawsuits. But it also hands a new weapon to authors and copyright owners. This case was never just about Anthropic. It was about setting the rules for an entire technological revolution. And the final question is, did the court just give AI a green light to learn from our culture, or did it just create a brand new playbook for how to sue them? Speaking of tech giants navigating tricky situations, let's talk about Meta. Not so long ago, Mark Zuckerberg personally called the head of SF Pride to make sure Facebook could march in their parade. This year, he's gone and completely silent. And he's not alone. Google parent Alphabet has also pulled its sponsorship, joining a growing list of major brands retreating from one of the world's largest LGBTQ+ events. This corporate exodus has left a huge hole in SF Pride's finances, with its budget now down a staggering $180,000 from its target. So, what's going on? Well, insiders point to a corporate world terrified of political backlash. As one human resources CEO put it bluntly, anything that touches the space of DEI, we're seeing companies pull back from that out of fear. The climate of fear is so intense that 2 tech companies recently donated to SF Pride on one condition, that they remain completely anonymous. What really brought this to a head, though, was the next development. The head of SF Pride is now publicly calling out OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, stating that the lack of support is painful because Sam is a member of our community and he certainly has resources. OpenAI has declined to comment. This is a massive reversal from just a few years ago when tech giants plastered their logos in rainbow colors. Now, many are either running for cover or, in Meta's case, facing a formal split with SF Pride after scaling back diversity programs. It all leads back to the question the director of SF Pride is now asking directly to one of the world's most powerful CEOs. Why was it so important for Mark back then, and why is it so important for Mark now not to be associated with San Francisco Pride? While companies like Meta and Google are grappling with their public image, Tesla is facing a collision between its own image and a very visible, on-the-road reality. During Tesla's big Robotaxi debut in Austin, one of its cars was caught on camera doing something you're not supposed to see, driving on the wrong side of the road. A passenger in the car narrated the whole thing, saying, "Obviously we're on the wrong side of the double yellow line here," as the car behind them honked. This is the reality on the ground. and it stands in stark contrast to the company's ambition. After all, Elon Musk has predicted that millions of Teslas will be operating fully autonomously by the second half of next year. Industry experts are throwing up a major red flag. One law professor specializing in autonomous driving put it bluntly, comparing the highly controlled small-scale test to announcing that you're going to Mars and then, going to Cleveland. The situation presents a fascinating duality. On one side, you have Musk's promise of millions of cars in 1 year. On the other, it exposes the slow, methodical pace of competitors. Just for comparison, Alphabet's Waymo started its self-driving project back in 2009. After more than a decade, it has a fleet of just 1,500 vehicles. The skepticism isn't just from academics. The former CEO of rival Waymo, John Krafcik, delivered a direct blow, stating that Tesla's technology is not as safe as it needs to be. Despite another robotaxi being witnessed speeding through a school zone, investor enthusiasm sent Tesla's stock soaring over 8%. So, is this the dawn of a transportation revolution? Or the biggest fake it till you make it gamble in modern tech? We were just talking about safety concerns, which almost always leads to government scrutiny. Well, another tech giant, Google, is already deep in a battle with regulators over its dominance. Let's start with a single statistic that might just change your entire perspective on this company. One company controls over 90% of all internet searches in the entire United Kingdom. And now, a government watchdog is threatening to blow it all up. The UK's Competition and Markets Authority is officially investigating Google's search dominance, and it has a roadmap to break the company's grip. The plan could force Google to display choice screens, giving users an easy way to switch to different search providers. For the 200,000 UK businesses that rely on Google advertising, this is a potential earthquake. However, if you zoom out, you'll see another layer of strategy at play. A similar move in the European Union had some unintended consequences. Airlines like EasyJet complained that the changes actually hurt their business, sending more customers to third-party travel sites instead of directly to them. Even retailers like Ann Summers and Lovehoney have been caught in the crossfire, saying Google's safe search feature makes their sites practically invisible. Google is not taking this challenge lying down. Its parent company, Alphabet, called the plan broad and unfocused and delivered a thinly veiled warning. Punitive regulations could mean the UK loses its early access to Google's newest innovations. This isn't just a UK skirmish, it's a global war. A US judge has already ruled Google operated an illegal search monopoly, and the EU has hit the company with a staggering €2.4 billion fine. The real fight might be for what comes next. Who controls the flow of information for the next generation of AI? As regulators try to rewrite the rules, the central question remains, in a world dominated by a single search giant, is true choice even possible? While Google is fighting to defend its long-held dominance in search, another giant, Meta, is in a full-blown arms race to establish new dominance in the world of AI. New reports confirm that before Meta dropped a staggering $14 billion on one AI company, it was secretly trying to buy another one entirely. Apparently, Meta held takeover talks with the hot AI video generation startup Runway. Those talks ultimately dissolved. If that was just the appetizer, the main course was just being served. After failing to acquire Runway, Mark Zuckerberg turned his attention to Scale AI, executing a massive $14.3 billion investment for a 49% stake in the company. This wasn't an isolated incident. In its aggressive push to dominate the AI landscape, Meta has been on a strategic shopping spree, also approaching other major startups like Perplexity AI and Safe Superintelligence about potential acquisitions this year. So the thing is, this isn't just about buying technology. It's a high-stakes talent grab. As part of the Scale AI deal, Meta didn't just invest billions. It hired away its founder, Alexander Wang. And when Meta couldn't buy Safe Superintelligence outright, it did the next best thing. It poached its CEO, Daniel Gross, along with former GitHub CEO, Nat Friedman. Both will now work on AI products directly under Wang inside Meta. The pattern is clear. Meta is using its massive war chest to assemble an AI dream team by any means necessary. It all begs the question, with this collection of top minds and acquired technology, what is Meta's ultimate endgame, and who is being left behind in this AI arms race?
That's it for today on Voyage Daily Tech. Follow, share, and stay tuned for daily updates coming your way tomorrow.